What up, folks? Boston Black, PopSauceSauces.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. What we're going to be doing today is changing this ferment into the sauce 7 Pots of Gold. It's been fermenting for just about 90 days now. And what it entails is 7 pot reds, Jamaican yellow habaneros, yellow scotch bonnets, orange scotch bonnets, cayenne orange peppers, Bulgarian carrot peppers, orange bell peppers. Then we got white and orange carrots, parsnip, ginger, celery, parsley, a lime, and a white onion with some garlic. We finished the sauce off by adding a seasoning pack in it, or we finished this ferment off by adding a seasoning pack in it. And all that's left for us to do is to change it into the hot sauce, which we're gonna do right now. Now, first thing we're gonna do is open this up, give it a smell test, and appreciate it visually. I can already tell you that it looks good because technically you can see it straight through the bottle or the jar or whatever. The brine has failed to a point that it's below the cap, so you can just visually look in and see what the vegetables look like. But we're gonna go through the process anyway, of course. Super clean. When I tell you super clean, I don't see no cam yeast, no nothing, just super clean. Aroma, I stepped away to wash the cap and put the cap in the sink. Aroma came all the way over there at me. Smells beautiful, looks good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the weight and my bag that I keep everything below the brine with. Again, everything super clean, smells good, no cam yeast, beautiful. Now, as you know, we clean and sanitize everything before we even begin to shoot. Then right before I shoot, I come back and I spray everything down with some vodka to resanitize it and make sure everything is nice and clean. And that's the liquid that you see on all of the implements or jars or whatever. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and separate our main ingredients, which are the peppers, from the ingredients that we're going to juice. We're gonna do that right now. We'll also be separating the brine, by the way. I mean, that's super clean. Peppers falling out. Onions fell out. So we get all the peppers out first. Move this to the center. Celery is beginning to fall out, so we want to juice the celery. For my peppers, I want out. Also see one of the garlics that's popped up in there, but we're gonna go ahead and gonna dump this into our bucket. Just look at the peppers, beautiful. Onions, perfect. Everything fermented beautifully. Now we're gonna continue to separate. Okay, now that we got brine and ingredients that we're gonna juice separated from our peppers, What we want to do is we want to test the pH of the brine. Okay, what we want this to be is between 4.5 or between 4.4 and 3 whatever. Technically, anything that's below 4.5 is considered shelf stable by the FDA. And that's what we want it to fall under. Again, our brine is sitting right at 3.9. Our last several ferments have fell under 3.9. It's right at 3.9. Beautiful. Okay, now we're ready to start the juicing process. We juice to separate the taste and the nutrients away from the fiber in our vegetables and fruits. This allows us to create a lighter, healthier, better tasting hot sauce in the end. You'll see what I'm talking about. Watch. In juicing, we want to start with something hard, but since we got so much of hard, this is going to be easy for us. We have very little soft in this ferment. So we starting out by dropping a couple pieces of parsnip. Honestly, the parsnip and carrots look so much alike. That is, the yellow carrots look so much alike, it's kind of hard to distinguish once in this ferment. Then we'll add some ginger, which is probably the hardest thing that we have. Again, some more parsnip, some celery and carrots. And we'll just keep going on like this until we get down to the greens. Now with the greens, you want to make sure that the greens aren't the last thing that you're juicing. So anything soft, you want to get that out the way and keep something hard in reserve until you finish, just to push everything through. And these few little peppers and juice, you want to just dump into your sauce. Okay, now you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Ginger, parsnip, some of the greens. Look how dry it is. Carrots. Completely free of nutrients and anything that tastes good. All you're left with is fiber. And instead of putting this in our sauce to weigh it down, we eradicate it by just completely moving it out. We'll save this for aromatics for our meals and to use it in our spicy rubs. Now take a look at this juice. Beautiful. That's why we juice. Now we're ready for part one of the blending process, where we take our big dog, our immersion blender, and just break down our pepper ingredients. Okay, now we want to go ahead and we want to add 2 cups of brine to our sauce. Okay, at this point, I want to add my vinegar. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take some organic white balsamic vinegar that I previously infused with some peppers, with some fermented peppers. So this is going to already have a nice little kick to it. We're going to try this today. So we're going to go 6 ounces of our organic white balsamic infused vinegar, and another 4 ounces or 6 ounces of white distilled vinegar, because we want this one to have a little stronger kick too. And then blend. Okay, we are sitting right at a little bit more than 2.5 liters. So what we want to do is we want to take 1.25 liters and put in our blender, because we split this up and do this in a 2-part process as well. For the simple fact that our blender just isn't big enough for us to do the whole thing. So we do it in 2 parts. It smells so good, it's ridiculous. Okay, from there, we'll start our blender and just let it blend, do its thing. Okay, now we want to open our blender up and take a look at our sauce. We want to look at the consistency and make a judgment whether we want to add more brine in it or not, and if so, how much more. Now, we like our sauce to be on the thicker side. We like the consistency to be pretty thick. But clearly, I can bring this down some. So what I'm going to do is add 1/2 cup of brine. What we're going to add next is 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum, so that when we put it in the bottle, it prevents the separation of the ingredients. Okay, now we're going to check it again for its consistency, give it a taste. I'm pretty much expecting the heat on this to be like around a medium. According to my blend, I'm not expecting it to be crazy hot, like a medium hot to hot. Consistency wise, it's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna taste it. Smells great. Tastes awesome. I lick my lips. He jumps right in there at you, but it's not crazy. I didn't expect it to be. But it's nice and like I'm getting this like warming sensation all around my little face area. You feel it, the tension towards the top rear of your throat or your mouth area, and then it comes forward, but it doesn't quite get to the front top and more encapsulates your tongue. Medium heat, just like I thought, just like it was prepared to be. Tangy, sweet. Flavor is definite. Flavor is gonna be there. I mean, that's not even a thought. I taste the garlic, the parsnip really rounds it out, and then those sweet carrots just levels it at that perfect spot between a sweet and a savory hot sauce. Nice. Okay, what we're gonna do is go ahead and start the pasteurization process. We pasteurize it to stop the fermentation process so that when we put it in the bottles won't explode 6 weeks from now. And then after we bring that, after we stop the fermentation process, we'll add some freshly dried, freshly picked habaneros that we picked just for this sauce. Half a cup of them. And that should kick that flavor profile up just a notch. Okay. Our blender reads 165. 166. But we want to double check that with our manual thermometer. 166. Okay, we're going to stop this process. Go ahead and get our freshly picked habaneros, freshly dried, and we're going to add a half a cup to the mix. Let's say a half a cup. Oh, they smell so good. You know what? I said a half a cup. We're going to do a cup. They hold. We're going to do 1 cup. So I said a half a cup, but we changing that to a cup. Drop them in there. Now we're going to blend this out until it stops. Okay, our blending process is stopped. So we're going to check the consistency again and give it one final taste test to make sure it kicked up to the profile that we were looking for. It's looking and smelling good. I expected nothing less. Woo! And then look at that consistency. You know what I'm gonna say. and that's how you want your sauce, baby. That is how you want your sauce. You're gonna taste it. Definitely hit you a little harder. Okay, now I'm catching heat. Oh yeah. Now I'm catching heat even in my nostril cavity. Now it's still, although it's still a medium heat, the habaneros add this intensity to it that hits you like a hot sauce should. I mean, I'm feeling it everywhere. My entire tongue, just like I say, even back in the back of my nostril cavity, I feel that tingling sensation over my lips where I done accidentally licked my lips, the whole 9 yards, and the flavor is bold. I feel it warm in my chest cavity, but it's not hot. It's not that super heat. You understand what I'm saying? And this is exactly what we wanted, a 7-pot blended till it's 4 to 5 in the heat level when we're talking about 10 being the hottest. That perfect medium heat that we were looking for, we got. Tastes great, boldness of flavor, and that medium heat. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up and we're gonna bottle. And our bottling process goes, basically, we wanna move the sauce out of our heavy glass container and put it into something that's light and easier to handle, like this measuring cup, plastic measuring cup. As always, we want to hit it with the vodka, make sure it's clean, and then just change containers. Look at that. Oh my gosh, do I even need to say anything? There you have it, folks. Pop's hot sauces, 7 pots of gold hot sauce. Thank you for joining me.